All right. August 24th, 2019, Saturday. Still here, still with Will.
Captain's log.
Yeah. Oh, no. I call it Captain's log now.
Oh, really?
And we're going to get, what's his name? Nick Cardona has been making music. Pew, pew, pew. And it's got like space theme and and even the logo is like a reference to Star Wars.
Oh,
so
yeah. That's true.
you might as well call it Captain's log.
That's so funny.
I
didn't even think about that. But isn't that Star Trek?
Star what?
Captain's log. That's Star Trek.
That's Star Trek. It doesn't. It's stars.
How dare you? It does
matter.
matter, dude. To somebody, it's going to matter. You're going to get an email.
I don't. Oh,
You're
no.
so mad.
I'm going to get an email.
Trekkies versus the Star Wars people.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck they're called.
Gonna get an email.
The Empire or whatever the hell. Anyway.
Anthony Jeselnik. So you showed me his most recent. That was recent, right?
Yeah. I think it was their most recent episode.
On your mom's house with Tom Segura and
Christina P.
Exactly. And so you were all jazzed up.
Yeah.
And
you got my blood pumping.
Yeah. I watched it, and I wanted to know why. What is it about Anthony Jeselnik that gets you like into comedy?
Dude, it's like it's just his presence. I feel like I'm talking about Jesus right now. It's his presence. It's just the way that he looks at me. No, it's just like, I don't know, like, it seems like confidence in comedy is usually like, I don't know how to say it. I want to say swept under the rug, but I think that's the wrong term.
Is not
like,
emphasized enough?
It's not, people don't like it. It's like, it comes off like cocky. Like, you're not confident, you're cocky.
Right.
Which is kind of what he is, but that's his thing, too.
Yeah.
But, like, he definitely holds that attitude off stage. He's a very nice guy off stage. I've met him. And he's very nice, but he's also no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking around. Go to your show or your mic or whatever the fuck. Have a point to be there. When you're on stage, don't waste people's time.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, what do you describe as wasting people's time? Like, if you see a comic on stage and they're wasting time, what are they doing?
They didn't prepare enough. They didn't think enough about what they were going to talk about. They aren't aware of stage presence, of like how they're...
He's making a weird motion.
Like getting out, like
he's making a motion like he's letting out trick
it's like
cards
they're doing it for themselves when it's like you're supposed to be there to entertain.
Right.
And it's like you're kind of wasting the audience's time and the other comics' time who are there to work and try to be funny. And they're there.
We were talking about Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah.
Oh, that waste comics. Okay, so why do you think comics go up there and waste their time? That always confuses me.
Well, it's fun. Like, they're there to have fun, because it is fun.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. That's why we do it, because we want to do fun for a living. Yes. So even if you're just a comic that just does it for fun, it's like, that's good, but, like, try to get better, too. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, be there with a point, a reason to be at this open mic, to be getting this 5 minutes, besides, like, it's fun.
It feels like the thing that confuses me about the it's fun angle is usually the people going up there saying, like, oh, I'm going up there to have fun, I'm playing around. They're not doing well on stage, and that's not fun. That's objectively not fun. Right. It is way more fun to do well. But
if one joke lands in that 5 minutes, that's enough.
Why? That's crazy.
Because, dude, the drugs that you get when people laugh, dude, at your joke that you came up with is just, it's not like anything else.
I mean...
Maybe heroin. But, like, I've not tried that, so I'm going to stick to comedy.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess. I maybe at this point I have too much of a higher tolerance now, where I'm like, one joke out of a 5-minute set working is bombing me.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can still look at that one joke and be like, okay, that was good. But like, what the fuck is wrong with the... Like, that's what, like... if you're not going off stage thinking about what you could have done better, I think you're in the wrong headspace. If you're like, oh, walk off like, oh yeah, that was fine, then I think that like you're like there's always something. There's always something. You're selling yourself short.
So what else other than his presence? I know because he said a lot. He said a lot of stuff. What else did he say that was like? Man, because the same stuff he said.
It's also like, and like he's much further along than we are. But like it's like when he talks about like his interactions with like clubs and how like if something wasn't run the way he liked it, he's like, I'm not working here anymore, and then he stuck to it. And it's like it's not because, and it's a pride thing. He has a lot of pride. And like we're not at that point, obviously.
Yeah.
But like there's like just imagine being at the point where you're like, I don't need to come here anymore. Like I do more for you than you do for me.
That's fair.
If you treat me like this or whatever it is that went wrong, because he talks about I think the funny bones.
Yeah.
And one of I don't remember which one, but he was like he's like I'm not gonna work there again, and he hasn't.
Right.
So it's like, and it's I don't know, man. It's that like concrete confidence, just like out there to kill, no other reason.
Yeah.
And just jokes, and efficiency.
So, so you know how when you listen to Anthony Jeselnik, you get fucking amped up and you're like, I want to do comedy.
It's like the same feeling I get when I listen to like really good music. That like gets me really pumped.
So it seems like the vibe I'm getting is the people that do listen to this are just newer comics. That's all they are. That sounded so fucked up.
Greenies.
Yeah, no, but all the people that listen to this are like newer in the sense that they're like
less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year new.
Like we're new.
Yeah, we're still very, very new.
Scheme of things.
No, we're still very new.
4 years.
But relative to a month and 2,
i.e.
We're old men. So assuming that they're listening, what would you say to them? Like not anyone individually, but as a whole, what do they need to keep? What do they need to do? If anything,
watch comedy. I think watching really good comedy is important. I think like knowing where the bar is very important. And just like do things different. Don't always like. It's like I know like we like to get into like a rhythm. Where it's like I say it this way, and that's good. Like you should get to that point, but you need to tweak it or like a little bit. Like you never know what's going to work better. So it's like small tweaks. Like I don't know. Try like not having a set list, just like knowing your jokes and then going up and just trying to do them in any order. I did that for a while. Where I just like I had like my notebook of jokes, and like every day I would just kind of skim through it. And then I would go on stage and like, let's see what pops into my head. Which joke pops into my head?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was.
You also
sporadic.
You also seem motivated. Like, is there anything that gets you motivated to do comedy, or
Anthony Jeselnik?
Okay, I guess whoever's listening.
I mean, I just self-motivate at this point because I don't want to be a failure. So, I mean, I moved across the country
to do this
because I'm an idiot. And that was stupid. If anybody listening to this that doesn't live in Los Angeles that does comedy and you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles and you're early in your career, don't do it.
Jesus Christ.
Don't do it. I regret it at least twice a week. So
with that Los Angeles, well, you're not in LA.
Close enough.
Okay.
Because like, I mean, it's nice now because we got the stage time.
The buddy system
5 nights
stuff?
a week. Yeah, the buddy system stuff. But like when I first got here, it was like 1 a week, and I lived in Victorville, so I had to drive an hour just to get there. And it was like, oh, this is dumb as fuck, and I'm not meeting. Like, at least I got the job at the Improv.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that, but
you want me to?
No, nobody important listens. I'm sure.
That's true.
So that was my foot in the door, and it's probably good that happened, or I probably wouldn't have even continued comedy.
Oh, out in Michigan?
No, here.
Oh.
Because there was one place up in the desert that was doing it like once every 2 weeks or some shit.
Yeah.
And that fell off. And like when I moved out here, I stopped doing it for like 4 or 5 months because I didn't know where to go.
Right.
And then There was the Tuesdays at the Hideaway.
Right.
At all of the variety show.
That I fucked up?
Tracy Chaos. No, it was evolving by the time you came in. Because the other couple had started taking it over, and it was kind of just...
I can't stand those people.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway. All right. Get motivated.
Oh, it's only 10 minutes. We got 5 more minutes. We can still talk.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like you have to motivate yourself in this business. I think nobody else is gonna do it for you. I mean, you will because you're that kind of person. But like, most comics aren't gonna like nudge other comics. Come on, keep going. Like, it's up to you. And that's the thing too. Keep going. If you really
Jesus
care,
Christ, keep going.
If you really care, you have to keep going. You have to do it every night, whether you want to do it or not.
Yeah.
You have to do it as many nights as you can. And there's gonna be times when you're tired.
Yeah.
I think in the last 4 years, I've left one open mic early before my set. I was just like, I'm too tired. I can't do this.
Yeah.
But like the other time, like, if I'm there, it's like, all right, I'm doing it. Like I'm here.
We might as well get on stage.
And I never regret getting on stage.
That always
it sucks. You could bomb. It sucks, but I never regret the stage time.
Right.
There's always something to learn. So
that is something that's strange to me when I see comics go to shows or open mics or whatever, and they don't get on stage. They just kind of hang. I don't know why that.
Why would you do that?
There? That's really confusing to me.
Yeah. I think I find it strange that people like comics like to go to comedy shows. Like if there's a show that they're not on, like, oh, I'm just gonna go watch.
That's crazy.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
That you get enough comedy?
Yeah, I mean, and again, like maybe it's just from me working at the Improv for so long, and I just seen comedy every day for the last 4 years. But
what technique would you say that the newer people in the IE need to... Okay, so like write
out your jokes.
What do you mean?
Just write them out. If you have a joke that's like not like rambly, even if you do, write out what you're gonna say and then read it and then look at it and see how much bullshit is in there. Like sometimes you don't realize how much
fat.
Yeah, fat. I'm sure you've talked about cutting the fat on the podcast. You don't realize how much is in there until you start typing it out, and you're like typing. You're like, oh wait, I've typed 3-4 sentences. This is a whole paragraph. I haven't even hit the punchline yet. So you're like, okay, I need to condense these 3 sentences into like 2-3 phrases.
You know what I'm starting to realize is I think a lot of comics, at least in the IE, I don't know about LA, a lot of them don't write a lot.
Yeah, out here for sure. I think in LA it's pretty common for people to write more.
Where are we getting that stupid fucking mentality? Listen, look, IE, if you listen to fucking write. Not writing is so stupid.
If you don't think it's going to help, you're wrong. It can't hurt.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
Oh my, like there's no way that writing your shit down is going to make your material worse.
It can't be possible.
Yeah. I don't know where this fucking, that's a really lazy, that's a really lazy mentality to me that you can't just write.
But I mean, other people, like people's brains work differently, so like there's that, but
obviously you have, like I know Bill Burr doesn't write the same way anymore. He actually does just kind of riff on stuff. But he's Bill fucking Burr, and no one, including myself
and
here.
It's like, you're not as good as he is.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for, 20 years?
At least.
Yeah. So he's
least.
Yeah. So he's gotten to a point where he can do that, and that's fine. But none of us are at that level to be not writing. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I mean, I don't write enough. Is for sure I don't.
Same.
But at least we're aware.
Self-awareness is always
and it's just like, I don't know. I've never heard a real comic say like, yeah, I wrote and it made it worse, or like it didn't help.
Yeah.
Like I can see them being like, oh, my process is to just like go it. Like Russell Peters is the same way. He doesn't really write. He mostly does like crowd work. He gets his material. Joe Coy is kind of the same way. I don't know how much he actually writes, but they do a lot of crowd work, get their material, and then it just kind of like snowballs into a special.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, but they're so beyond where we're at, and it's like you have to actually work. Like you have to work on the craft of making a joke to the point where it becomes second nature. to where like pretty much everything you say is a joke.
Yeah.
Like if you talk to comics, like
They're really...
they're very quick. It's
Yeah.
like there's not a situation that they're not prepared for that they haven't seen.
Right.
So like it's just a timing thing, and it's just
Attrition?
I don't know what that means.
Like, just keep doing it.
Yeah, sure. Persistency. I don't know what attrition means.
War of attrition.
Do you know what the word means, or you just know it in like?
No, it's like war of attrition. Hold up. Before we end this, I gotta... Define war of attrition.
I think it is what attrition.
War of attrition.
Okay.
Thank you, Google.
A prolonged war or period of conflict during which each side seeks to gradually wear out the other by a series of small-scale
Right, but
attacks.
what does attrition mean? I get war of attrition, okay, but what does the
Define attrition.
Here's the definition of attrition.
phrase?
The action or process of gradually reducing the strength or effectiveness of someone or something through sustained attack or pressure.
So comedy is kind of...
Holy shit! But
pretty aggressive.
I mean, I would call it persistency.
Yeah, just being...
that's like you're like wearing them down.
I know.
Like I'm gonna get into the club.
I feel like it wears your soul down a little bit. Till a little nubs.
Yeah, but
Alright,
yeah.
I'm ending this.
All right, bye.